If I see any more technical analysis advice, I'm going to lose my damn mind. Using patterns to trade is not a legitimate strategy for retail investors. Before someone says, well, if everyone believes the pattern, it can be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Please have some humility. Billy Bob eyeballing a Robinhood chart and comparing it to a coffee mug is no match for MIT data. Scientists with fabulous data sets, institutional funding, and machine learning. Have some humility and just buy and hold. Edit: to those who agree with me, I'm glad you see my perspective. To those who are resistant, I'm sure if blah blah crosses a blah blah range, it may break your resistance. This should end well. If you spread your bad karma like this, of course, it is never going to work. You have to believe. And you, sir, sure ain't a believer. Plus, you didn't compensate for Jupiter being in Sagittarius. So that's on you too. The threads on our algo trading hobbyists trying to write their own trading algos are pretty funny. When someone asks who here actually makes money, and most responses are lol no. Astrology for men. Have some humility and just blindly follow a stock off a cliff upside down face. Failed trader alert. Hi, I went to MIT and am a data scientist Silicon Valley. RD research specialist who also has worked as a quantitative researcher and started my own prop shop. I feel like I'm being called out here. For what it's worth, I use basic TA like the MACD and RSI too. I use it for risk assessment. If risk is high, I reduce leverage. I do not use TA to make positional trading decisions switching from long to short, but if a tool can aid a final result even if it might only be 10 of the algorithm, I wouldn't knock it. Sometimes keeping it simple is the way to go. Technical analysis is useless for someone investing in stocks. Technical analysis is useful for someone trading stocks. Most people are investing and have zero use for or understanding of technical analysis. Not all technical analysis is created equal. The stuff you see on Twitter or Reddit usually doesn't work when back-tested, but can be beneficial for traders that need psychological support. The stuff you don't get to see are the algorithms kept secret by institutions like Rentech. And they work. Otherwise they wouldn't be spending billions on models. Source: data scientist. I have to agree with half the stuff he wrote. I constantly see proponents for and against technical. Seems to me that it should be easy to use past data to test if TA is useful or patterns are still there, with results. Technical analysis is a legit thing and best uses for swing trading. Just cause you don't use it or understand it doesn't mean it's pointless. I've worked at 2 major hedge funds and we always discuss TA. It's not the sole factor of decision making, but it comes after fundamental analysis. Exactly. Trading on news is much more effective than amateur DD. Lol, OP sounds insufferable. Nobody cares. Stick to buying and holding ETFs. You're clearly not a trader. And not everyone uses TA in isolation. It's literally price history. Maybe take your own advice on the humility part. Yep, and if it comes off, buy more because it is on sale. For years I tried trading in my brokerage account. My 401k account that simply held SP 500 vastly outperformed my trading account. Now I have modeled my trading to be more like my 401k. I have long-term holds that I sell CCS against. I wish I would have started out doing this. I am convinced that those so-called patterns are just like zodiac constellations. Confirmation bias made them real. Psy sorts by controversial. Lol sounds like a grade A loser. This post is a dumbass post. An op should delete their account. TA is useful when combined with fundamental analysis BC. It gives you a clue of accumulation and distribution of stocks. That's all. No trader worth their salt will ever say they are 100% confident. But it does give insight into past volatility and current, and what your risk might be. You know that the institutions also use TA to some degree? I am not talking about pattern recognition or flags, but actual TA in combination with other tools. If TA doesn't work, then why does it make me so much money? GIF emote free emotes pack dizzy face. This is ridiculous. People should do whatever works for them. If someone is making good returns using technical analysis, they would be a moron to stop using it. Just because it upsets some guy on the internet. You're free to invest as you see fit. And others are free to do as they see fit. I really cannot understand why anyone cares what someone else is doing. Investing isn't a team sport. Each to their own, friend. This is hilarious because I was thinking, if I see another guy that failed at trading and wants to bash everybody who is successful post, I'm gonna laugh. If there is one thing I've learned in 23 years of trading, it's not for everybody, so have some humility and realize you're one of those people and just buy hold. Work your day job and retire at 55 like normal people and leave the trading to us professionals. Lol. A lot of TA is iffy. But there's some good ones and good combos. The market is run mostly by trading algos, which have programmed buys and sells built in, which is basically built in TA for when to buy or sell. They can track multiple and over different timeframes better than a person can. But if you can do it well enough, you absolutely can predict movements with TA. Been scalping options a lot the last over month and doing well using almost entirely TA. Bad experience? Perchance? Seriously. Technical analysis has its place. But it's the last piece of the puzzle. I wouldn't feel comfortable selling short puts without looking for generally oversold conditions and identifying support and resistance. The only form of technical analysis that I follow is the long-term moving average. Like the 200-day, for example. If there is a good company that is 20 below its 200-day average, and there isn't any significant financial reason, then I'll probably invest. There's plenty of research that is peer-reviewed and shows that technical analysis at times can produce alpha. However, the people that will benefit from the most are your high-frequency traders that can get in and out of a position and make a little bit of money many times. You lost me at Robinhood. There's no single one-size-fits-all. Some people make short-term trading work with technical analysis. Some succeed in fundamental analysis for long-term buy and hold investing. Find what works for you and stick with it. Well, if everyone believes the pattern, it can be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So the most concise and true rebuttal isn't allowed? Okay. Also, it's prophecy. I'm not gonna argue with you. But there is merit to technical analysis if used properly. If you want to shut your ears to it, then that's your deal. One book I would recommend is Brian Shannon's book on anchored VWAPs. It's how the market moves. I don't care what you do with this information, blah blah blah. Yeah, all the independent traders in the investing championship that use TA are all liars about their consistent gains. Clown face. People like you who claim something doesn't work when there is literally historical proof of it working are insufferable. If you know, you know. You obviously don't know. Just buy and hold. Yeah, just buy and hold. 0 DTE SPY calls every day. Technical analysis in itself is pretty useless. But there's tons of traders, including me, that make money just on basic TA. I don't trade patterns though. You should in fact do some research on the subject before you make statements like this though.